What's up, everybody? So today we're not actually going to be doing it, but we're having some more misadventures with the Focus. So with these cars, they are direct injected, so the intake valves do get very, very dirty. And my car in particular has 70,000 miles on it, and you know, I do have auxiliary fuel, so fuel is injected before the actual intake valves, so it helps a little bit with the valve cleaning, but you know, they're still really dirty. So the solution is either, you know, you have to take the head out, or the head off, get it all cleaned, all reported, everything. But so what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be using this right here. This is walnut shell, and pretty much what we're gonna be using it for is cleaning the actual valves, the intake valves themselves. So to do that, this is my little tiny, very, very, very tiny air compressor. And we went to Harbor Freight, picked up some goodies. Actually kind of balled out. It was very surprising about how expensive this stuff was, but it's not too bad. It's definitely affordable. This is a gravity feeder. So what you do, you take the walnut shell, pour it in here, and then it shoots it out like really fast. So it can get rid of any carbon deposits on the actual intake valves themselves. But before we before we use it, stop. Before we use that, I'm gonna pour some, not a lot, but some of this in it. This is Liquid Moly injector cleaner. It works good for valves too, but you find this at AutoZone too, and once you kind of let this soak on top of the intake valves, here, I'll show you right now. This is a head for my other engine. It's right there. Engine build in the process. If you guys don't know, that is for the Focus. So it's same engine, everything. It's just I'm building it with forged internals. That way it'll be more reliable. But you take this, and then after you unseal it, you just pop this guy on there. And then these are all the intake ports here on the head. Having that much carbon buildup on your intake valves could risk, you know, low compression, all that kind of stuff. And then it's not very efficient for the engine. So what you do is you take this, you pour it in, not a lot, just a little bit. And before you pour anything or do anything with the engine in the car, you have to make sure that the piston, whichever cylinder you're working on, is at top dead center. That way that the intake valves are both seated upwards, sealing everything off from the actual combustion chamber. That way you don't get any foreign materials or contaminants inside the combustion chamber. But what you do after you get the top dead center, you pour this in just a little bit, let it soak. And then we got these at Harbor Freight too. These are just some, you know, some wire with some abrasive metal wire at the end of them. And make sure you get the long ones because these channels are very long. So just kind of do your best to be gentle, not too aggressive. Kind of scrub with it. Make sure you can just try to get most of the big chunks off. And then all the other things, all the other foreign carbon buildup, you use the walnut shell for. And yeah. Alright, so it's a new day. We decided to do it on a day where we had a little bit more time. Unfortunately, the weather is not in our favor, but we have Ben's amazing garage to do whatever we want. So pretty much, first thing I'm going to get to in the engine bay is removing the engine cover, which is easy. You just pop it up from the four corners, and it comes off. Then after that, I believe there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bolts that hold the actual intake manifold to the head. There's a couple things, well, not a couple, there's kind of a lot of things you have to disconnect before you can actually get this off, and I'll go into all that when I get all these bolts loose right here. So yeah. Alright, so pretty much to take this off, it's already loose. I got all the bolts out. You're just gonna want to unsecure this tube right here. You're basically just working on getting everything out of your way that would prevent the intake manifold from getting off, like disconnecting the map sensor right here, and just making sure that there's not going to be like a blockage or anything preventing you from getting the actual intake manifold off of the car. So I'll just keep working. I don't want to have you guys watch me do all this, so I'm just going to disconnect everything, and then if I need to do any further explaining, I'll explain it. Hey. Alright, so this right here is what I'm talking about when I talk about auxiliary fuel. So this is tapped into the high pressure fuel pump up front here, and if you guys don't know, I've already gone over it, but this is the controller for the actual auxiliary fuel here by Stratified. And this piece it's all one assembly that they ship to you, and pretty much it adds fuel when that controller sends a signal to these injectors right here. So there's a constant fuel feed here, but the injectors only open when the computer tells it to, which is like in situations where you would need the extra fuel for, you know, knocking purposes and everything. But I'm gonna keep moving on with the taking apart of the engine to get to the intake ports. So you can actually see them right here, but I just need to get this out of the way so we can kind of work on them and have nothing in the way. So yeah, so right there you can see the injector, the tips of the injectors right there, and that's where all the auxiliary fuel is injected. And one thing I wanted to touch on as well, while you have this all off, this is your actual throttle body here. Just make sure, see how it's kind of dirty right here? What you want to do is you just kind of want to make sure to carefully clean any debris in the actual butterfly itself. It's just for like idling issues or just efficiency issues, period, for airflow. You just want to make sure everything's clean and there's no blockage or anything like that. So, yeah. Oh my god, dude, they're so bad. Yeah, guys, that's what happens with direct injection. So screw modern cars. We're gonna do our best to get it all cleaned up. We have to make sure that the cylinders we are working on are top dead center though. So we'll get back to you guys when we are pretty much ready to start the cleaning. It's really bad. Yeah. Meats? Meats? Alright, so pretty much the reason why I did that was so we can have access to the crank pulley. Oh, here, let me get a light, hold on. Hold on. Alright, so pretty much what we're going to be messing with is this nut, or this not the butt nut, this bolt right here. That's the crank pulley bolt. And that's going to allow us to move the pistons up and down to figure out which cylinder is going to be at top dead center, or which ones are going to be at top dead center. That way we can actually clean them. So yeah. Ready? Yeah. Oh, it's going up. Keep going?
Yeah, keep going.
Alright, so just like we demonstrated earlier on the other head, we're just going to do the exact same thing. Not going to put too much of this in there, just kind of drip it in there, let it sit. The engine is hot. I recommend doing that because the carbon is still soft. It's in its soft state, so
it's malleable.
It's malleable and it's easier to clean. I mean, I'm just trying to find the best way to pour this in here.
Do you want a cup with a funnel?
No, I'm good, dude. Alright, that's good. That's good. Alright, I'll let it sit. Check if the gravity gun works. Oh, it works! It really works! It really works! So yeah, just want to take this guy right here and kind of get into where the valves are and just kind of scrub.
Full penetration.
Just make sure you're a little bit gentle, not too aggressive. You don't want to score your valves or anything like that, but at this point they're so gunked up that like anything would be better at this point. I mean, just the scrubbing, you can, I don't know if you can see with the camera, it's kind of pooled in there, the liquid, but we're gonna blow it out right now and see if it made a difference at all with the valve.
Send it.
Oh my god, I don't want to get dirty. Yeah, I mean, it did some work. I feel like the walnut shell is going to do most of the blasting. But if you can see in the camera, yeah, I mean, it's still there, but we're just going to hit it with the walnut shell and see if it makes a difference. So, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to use the gravity feeder with the walnut shell. We tried. Found a walnut shell in your mouth?
Yep. You nasty.
Well, our compressor that we're using right now just isn't really
like
gonna do the job.
1902, so you know.
It's not gonna do the job
1903
because we can't build enough air pressure to get the actual, you know, the walnut shell to do any work to the valves at all. So we're just gonna stick to scrubbing and kind of picking at the carbon buildup on the valves with like picks and all that stuff. So we'll show you what it looks like after we're all finished, but I'm just gonna get going on it because I don't want to be on this all night. So.
Scrub dub dub.
I got work tomorrow.
Go.
Alright, so like, if you can see, there's all these little, well, this one's pretty big. They're like everywhere in the engine bay. That's why I put this cloth right here to catch. You can even see, look, all of the black speckles, all of that is carbon that has been taken off of the valves, which is pretty incredible to me. The valves don't look like brand new, only because I've seen other people do it with the walnut shell and it ends up looking like really good. But I mean, I'm just trying to light inside just to show you the difference. We'll show it before and after, but I don't know if we can get a shot. Yeah, I mean, that is pretty much the best I could do with just, you know, simple tools and no walnut shell. But I mean, it's a lot better than it was, honestly. It's a complete 9-day difference, because before there was just globs of carbon buildup on the valves. So I'm gonna put everything back together, start it up, and see if it spits any smoke. It probably will because of all the loose carbon, but eventually over time, because it got loosened up with that solution, the liquid moly solution, I feel like it will clean itself out a little bit with just the air, and then the auxiliary fuel as well will help it. But yeah, I'm satisfied. It's good enough for now. It's getting late, so you know, gotta finish it up. Alright, so pretty much done here. Everything should be in working order. Everything should be okay. Like I said, it might throw some smoke only because there's a bunch of loose debris. And it won't hurt the engine. It'll just push it out just like any other contaminants. But yeah, I'm gonna start it up. Let's see if it acts any different. smells though.
0, but it smells.
So, I mean, I'm still waiting to see like if the car does run any better, if there's like any differences with, first of all, powers, because the air is able to flow a little bit better because there's not fat clumps of carbon on the valves. But another reason why I really wanted to do that was just so I can, you know, prevent any issues later down the road with the valve train itself. I'm going to do it on the other head just because I'm going to be using that one for the new engine, and I want it for the new engine build, and I want it to be as best as it can be. But yeah, no smoke, but I guarantee you when I get on it, it's going to throw a huge plume of black carbon nastiness, just kind of getting rid of all the excess debris that's loose. But
You gonna yak on the road.
yeah, it was relatively easy, not too hard. Pretty much anybody can do it themselves if you have the simple tools, you know. But unfortunately, our idea for the gravity feeder walnut shell didn't really work
Because we jank real quick because we don't have a good air compressor.
air compressor. But yeah, we might do it later. I don't know, but 70% success, kind of, because the valves are cleaner, but they're not as clean as I wanted them to be. But still, we'll show a before and after clip right now, just so you can see like the change in the actual carbon buildup. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks.